Hey everybody, this is Kevin and welcome to my first YouTube video. So just a quick story, I am a self-taught web developer, been focusing on the front end since last fall, and I'm personally trying to make the transition to a new career from what I currently do to becoming a developer in the future. And so I just want to share some resources that I've utilized throughout the past year that have helped me immensely to learn so much, whether it's through tutorials or motivational talks or resume portfolio reviews. Most of them you probably have heard, but if not, hopefully there's someone new that you can find. And I just want to pass that down. So, quick side note, in the future, I hope to have actual tutorials on my YouTube channel, whether it's like a HTML, CSS landing page. Not only do I get to better my skills, but I can share to others out there. So be on the lookout for that. Sorry, getting over a cold. But start things off. No, I'm not being paid by any of these YouTubers at all. I just wanted to give a shout out to them for all the knowledge that they've passed down to me, and hopefully they can do the same for you. So the first one is Traversy Media. Brad is an amazing resource. He has just his backstory of where he came from and where he is now and how successful he is, in my eyes. He's a great teacher. He does everything from PHP to the benefits of becoming a web developer. He has a JavaScript tutorial, a React crash course, and I'm actually starting my YouTube channel because of this video, why developers should have a YouTube channel right here. So thank you, Brad. But he is so knowledgeable. He makes complex topics broken down into easier to learn pieces, and I think that's a great sign of a great teacher. And there's literally everything that you need to learn or get started on his website, on his channel. And I've done a lot of HTML, CSS tutorials through him as well, like landing pages. So I really appreciate Brad. I think he's one of the top YouTubers out there. And yeah, so check him out if you haven't. So the next one is Dev Ed. I like Dev Ed because, one, he's really funny. But again, just like Brad and pretty much every single YouTuber that I list off, they take complex topics and they break it down into easier, simpler pieces that it's easy to learn. So through Dev Ed, I've done everything from his HTML, CSS tutorial landing pages, whether build a responsive HTML, CSS course. He has a JavaScript crash course, Node.js for beginners, and his CSS grid. And here are some of his JavaScript projects, like build a meditation app with JavaScript, learn Sass within 20 minutes. And so I can go on, but he's a great teacher, so check him out. So the next one is Shawn. I personally really like to listen to Chris. He's a self-taught developer. I think he's in his third year, and he gives like a lot of inspirational talk. He's been through a lot, but just seeing where he came from, how much he's grinded to where he is now, I feel like a lot of the times when I feel down or I feel like, is this all worth it? I come across his channel or a new video, and I just feel like I have a new sense of, okay, yeah, I can do this. I'm confident, and I've come too far to give up. And so Chris is a great guy, and I'm sure he's inspired a lot of people, and so check him out if you haven't. So the next one is Colt Steele. I bought Colt Steele's web development Udemy bootcamp course last year, and I finished it earlier this year. And I just like the way that Colt teaches things. I've learned a lot from him, and he produces weekly videos. So the most recent one was Learn Git in 15 minutes, the weird parts of JavaScript, or he has a 10-part Learn Webpack. And I like the way that Colt teaches. I think he's really easy to follow. I've learned so much from him, and he makes teaching fun, or he makes learning really fun. And that's the thing. Like sometimes you get so focused on, I need to learn this, while you forget like why you're doing this in the first place. And so for me, I really enjoy his laid back nature and how he approaches things. And to couple with that, Ian Schoonover, he has such a great wealth of knowledge, such a great array of courses for free that he's released. Whether it's learning about Node.js, learning about Ajax, whether learning about Git, you can find them on Udemy, I believe, but also I think he's uploaded on here. But I like Ian. He's really active in the community. He has pretty much posting on every day or two, like talking about overcoming imposter syndrome. He refers you to certain courses on Udemy that are great courses, like becoming a mobile app development. Sorry about the coughing again, but pretty much everything. And he ties in with Colt Steele's bootcamp, Udemy course teaching about how to integrate like Google API or Google Map API. Yeah, so pretty much here like jQuery and Ajax, that's pretty much a free course, all 10 videos. And so he also has success stories from people who've taken boot camps through Colt and where they are now. So it's just more motivation too. And he's really helpful, and I would highly recommend Ian. So the next one is Joshua Fluke. I guess people in the community you either like him or you don't. I personally like Josh. He does a lot of developer resume reviews and portfolios, and he helps you discern what's a good dev job and what's not on Indeed or LinkedIn and Glassdoor. And I really appreciate that, especially as a self-taught. I feel like I'm just applying to jobs like nonstop, and sometimes like I feel overwhelmed when they list off like 30 things they have to know. So it's nice to hear from Josh. He keeps it real, he keeps it blunt, and I appreciate that from him. He's really truthful, and so I think he has, and I really like his corporate cringe videos. Just talking about company culture and poking fun at it. And so, yeah, check out Josh. I really think he does a great job, especially with the resume and the portfolio reviews. Because a lot of us who are self-taught or new to this, we do make the same mistakes within our resume and portfolio. So it's nice to pick up notes on what we can change or what we can do better. So the next one is Code Drip. He's fairly new, but I actually really like him a lot. He has quick talks, pretty much like 10 minutes, like a video for the most part. But it's like a lot of good information, like talking about like the overview of web development. He talks about coding interviews, how to stay focused. He gives his backstory from being a broke English teacher to a software developer, kind of what to websites that you should be reading for more resources and more knowledge. So definitely check out Code Drip. Great resource in my opinion. So the next one is Andy Sterkowitz. I came across Andy actually like a month or a half ago, but again, he's like a self-taught web developer. Within year 3, he went from being like a car salesman to where he's now. And so a lot of motivational talk about how to get into the industry, how to get over anxiety, how to stay focused when coding, how to actually have a laid out plan instead of just spreading yourself thin and trying to learn like 10 things at once. And so I find him more of a motivational person. Even though his talks may be simple, they provide a lot of information, and I greatly appreciate that, to kind of take a step back, know that what I'm doing right, or okay, if this isn't working, how do I approach this in a new way to where I can obtain the information and apply my skills to improve myself. And again, like he has a video like 5 tips for your programming portfolio to stand out, and top 3 programming languages in 2019. So the next channel is freeCodeCamp. freeCodeCamp is amazing. There's so much videos on literally everything, whether it's learning in SAS with the project in 2 hours, learning how to do a to-do list, learning React, Python, PHP, WordPress, HTML, CSS. You can also go on a freeCodeCamp website and learn for free. They have a pretty much laid out plan on working from HTML, CSS, JavaScript, working with ES6, React, and there's projects and certifications you can get along the way. And this is all free. This is unbelievable how many teachers that they have, how many people collaborate within this community to provide you hours and hours and hours of free content. And the biggest advice I have to you is take advantage of this. Like, yeah, a lot of stuff overlaps between this channel and a lot of channels on kind of what they teach, but repetition is key. Learning how to master the foundations or improve your foundations, continue to hone your skills, and learning how to take the next step. And so whether it's doing like a JavaScript tutorial, shopping cart project, and going that, taking that to the next level, or learning how to do Postgres, SQL, definitely recommend that. And I think all the teachers are great. The ones that I've taken from, they make learning fun, and there are a lot of fun projects. So the next one is Dev Simplified. This is run by Kyle, and he literally makes web dev simplified. His videos are concise. They're so informative. He is probably one of my favorite teachers on YouTube. And just the way that he explains things, like whether it's like pure functions or learning about like async and JavaScript, complex issues that I had struggles with, I understand them a lot better now. And he has a lot of projects like build a quiz app with JavaScript, build a form validation with JavaScript, learn HTML forms in 25 minutes, create a AI face recognition tool with JavaScript, build a weather app with a weather API, learn about CSS positioning, whether it's like absolute, sticky, relative, etc. He is a great teacher. I love learning from Kyle, and I get like really excited when a new video releases. So definitely check him out. He also has a new React course, and I forgot how much it costs, but I'm sure it is really knowledgeable. It will teach you a lot, and that's just how Kyle is. So the next one is Chris Hawks. I like Chris Hawks a lot. He pretty much teaches you ways to get into the industry, like how to refocus, recalibrate, making sure you're on the right path, things that you should learn, like how to contribute to GitHub, learning about Git and GitHub for beginners, the best way to learn React, best way to learn CSS. And he has motivational talks too, and he has a wealth of information. And so definitely check him out. I think he's self-taught, and he's within over 10 years within the industry. So he has a lot of information to share as well. And the last one is TechLead. Again, it's kind of like Joshua Fluke. You either like him or you don't. I like TechLead a lot. I think his dry humor is hilarious. But he has a lot of wealth of information too. Like, besides some of his videos, like, oh, this doesn't really pertain, he talks about portfolios, resume tips from an ex-Google TechLead. Let's see. He talks about other things like finance. He has an array of different video topics, and like 7 habits of highly effective programmers, don't quit social media, like talks about his business and how pretty much a millionaire in his 20s. Even though like you might not like his sarcasm or his dry humor, that's totally fine, but he does provide a lot of knowledge, and I really do enjoy his videos a lot. And just taking notes here and there, see what a successful person, what he's done, and what he has to share to us. Like, that's invaluable, especially given that we're in a time when information is at our fingertips. We just type it in, and we could find thousands and thousands of articles. So there are a lot of other YouTubers out there. I'm not even ranking. These aren't even ranked in order from like the number 1 to number 10 or anything like that. It's just resources for you to check out, whether you want tutorials on HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, or you want resume or portfolio information, or you just want motivational talks, or kind of just get a laugh at certain things in the industry or people's perspectives. So yeah, that is my first ever video. If you have any questions, please put in the comment, hit that like and subscribe button, and just be on the lookout. There's going to be a lot more things coming this channel that I'm really excited about. So yeah, I hope to share the knowledge that I've been passed down, that's been passed down onto me, and hopefully help others out there around the world. Thanks. Have a good night. Bye.